Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball repair video for you this evening. We have been working on this Bally Knight Rider pinball machine. Not named after the TV show, by the way. The Knight Rider is a truck driver in this one. Well, I guess there was a truck driver in the TV show too, but very cool game. We've been working through it. We've had it here in our shop for quite a while, but we finally started working on it, and we are now up to the point where we're going to work on the Playfield. We did one video where we showed the condition everything was in whenever we got it in. We did another video where we worked in the bottom of the cabinet. Did another video where we worked in the back box of the cabinet. And we did a video where we worked under the Playfield. I guess there were 3 videos total so far. And then now we're doing this one. So we are going to fix up the Playfield today. It's actually already in pretty good shape. It has a protective dust covering all over everything that whenever we take it off, it's going to shine. Oh, it will shine. Okay? Now, it does need a little repair. We're going to remove the pop bumpers and replace the skirts on those, but we kind of need to do that anyway so we can get to down here and down here. That's the only 2 major spots of wear that I see anywhere on the Playfield. We may find more when we take the plastics off, but I doubt it. So I think we'll just have to repaint those, which we will do in this video. So what I'm going to do is I'll set up the tripod, we'll go through, take everything apart, and then we'll clean it, paint it, and then go through and put it all back together. What do you think about that? Now, it's worth mentioning, all of these Ballys are very similar in this time period. They changed a little bit of stuff, but you're looking at very similar layouts on a lot of them. So we had I think a $6 million man was set up very similar to this. But this happens to be one of my favorite EMs, these Bally EMs. These are really cool. Those 2 spinner shots are really nice. And it's cool having 10 drop targets. It's just a fun game. But it was very common for Bally to have shots to the top, a saucer up there. I mean, I think Harlem Globetrotters has that same saucer. Freedom has the saucer. Supersonic, I think, has the saucer. Matahari has the saucer. They did that a lot. So this was your common Bally trope at the time. But very cool theme, and this one's in pretty good shape, so it's cool to work on. We fixed up the back glass in one of the previous videos. Go check that out. Turned out pretty nice, I think, all things considered. But let me set up the tripod, like I said, and we'll start taking things off of the Playfield and see if we can get down to the real nitty-gritty. This is the shape we find it in after we take everything off Playfield. See a little bit of touch-up we need there around the pop bumpers. Most of the lights are still working. About 3 of them burn out. So it's all actually in pretty good shape with the exception of those 2 mess-ups around the pop bumpers. And I figured out while I was messing with it that if you get all 10 drop targets down, it resets them even if you're just in game over mode. About bit me. It about bit me, people. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get a vacuum cleaner and vacuum up all this dust off of it finally after all these years. And then we're going to give it a little wipe down and see what it looks like without waxing it or anything. Just getting the dirt off of it should make it look a heck of a lot better. So you're going to see the shine right here at the beginning. But we're going to wax it and all that too. So this is what we're starting with. This is what it looks like after wiping it down. Vacuumed it. Tried to wipe up all the dirt and dust. It's looking pretty good. I couldn't get rid of all of the ball trail here. There's a track at the top of the playfield usually. It'll be alright, people. It's just been played a little bit. Shooter lane looks pretty good. It's been played a little bit. I'm not so sure it's been played a lot because it's still in pretty good shape. That's the original finish, you know. Little wax is going to go a long way. But the first thing we're going to do, now that we've got it clean, is I'm going to touch up these 2 spots here. So the way I do it, we use acrylic paint, like hobby paint. Touch up the best we can, and then we spray a little bit of clear coat just over the area that we painted. Don't try to clear coat the whole playfield. So there's just a few colors here. We've got up here a yellow, the same exact yellow, and then a black line. Yellow, a little bit of yellow and a black line. The white is also missing, but I can probably just do it yellow. You won't be able to tell. Okay. And then here we've got yellow, orange, red, and a black line. Should be fairly simple to fix up. So we'll see. So I'm going to go get some acrylic paint, and then you can watch me paint it back in. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use an acrylic paint pen with black ink and draw that back in. It's very important that it's acrylic though, because you want acrylic you can clear coat over without having issues almost immediately. Like as soon as it dries, you can clear coat over it. So you want an acrylic paint pen. Now on our website, lionsarcade.com, we have links to the pens we use. We have links to, you know, just some cheap hobby paint you can use if you're trying to do something. And we also have a link to the clear coat and stuff like that. But let me set up the tripod and you can watch us draw it back in a little bit, put a little paint on it, and we'll go. Okay, folks, so as you can see, the yellow is a little bit off. It's a little bit too light, so I'm going to try to darken it up a little bit by adding a little bit of like a mustard brown color that I've got to kind of darken it up and also make it less vivid. See how bleh it is. You want it to be more So let's see how well I was able to. Okay, folks, so I hope that showed it off a little bit. As you can see, it's not a perfect match. It's hard to get a perfect match, especially on yellows and reds. And we have 3 different shades of yellows and reds. You got yellow, red, and orange. Ugh. But we're lucky because it's behind the center pop bumper. You're never going to see that. And then it's up on the top left of the, I mean, the top right of the left pop bumper. It's all going to blend in. Don't worry about it. So I have already sprayed the clear coat over it. And you might notice that I didn't touch up everything. Less is better, people. When you got one that's real nice like this, and you're, you know, if I was Picasso and I could, well, maybe he's a bad example. If I was Michelangelo and I could paint whatever the hell I wanted, yeah, I'd go through and fix every little thing. But I am not. So I got it as good as I could and did the places that were so egregious you couldn't leave them alone. You had to do something. Remember, this was down to wood, and that was down to wood. So there's wear over here, but it's not enough that I'm going to worry about. There's wear here, not enough that I'm going to worry about it. I'm not trying to fix everything. I need to get that quote right. But there's a quote, something like the enemy of or perfect is the enemy of good enough, or something like that. I need to figure out that quote. It doesn't quite come across how it should, but basically, if it's good enough, leave it the hell alone. Don't go crazy on it trying to fix every little thing. You're just going to make it worse and worse. So I'm very happy with that. We're going to roll with it. Like I said, yellow, orange, and red. Well, orange isn't usually that bad, but yellow and red are kind of hard to get perfect. Your eye can just discern different colors a little different than other ones. So you can tell if yellow's a little off. You can tell if red's a little off. Oh, another thing. If you can go darker, if you can make your paint mix a little bit darker than what it's supposed to be, instead of a little bit lighter, it's harder to see. So it's harder to see if something's a little bit too dark than if something's a little bit too light. But we're getting there. Another thing too that you may not be able to tell, these Playfields like this have it like a yellowed kind of cast over them. If you're good with color, you can see that. Everything is yellowed just from the age of it. And it's kind of the clear coat has done it, and then just people always blame it on nicotine. It's not nicotine, it's just the age of it. The stuff just yellows over time. So this whole Playfield is more yellow than it would have been when it was new. It just has a yellow cast to it. We've got this Captain Fantastic here that we're working on as well. But look at the Playfield. It's not quite the same. See how this is more of a white, kind of bluish white kind of hone, and this has more of like a yellow cast to it. Even the wood in the shooter lane has more of like a white to it than this one does. This one's very yellowed, but it looks good like that. It looks great. Okay, so we're ready to wax it and start putting it back together. Now the paint up here has already dried, the clear coat, but I'm not going to wax right over a brand new clear coat. You know, it's just asking for problems. So I'm going to stay away from the areas that we've cleared. And again, I just took a spray paint can, sprayed around this circle, Tried to stay kind of, you can probably see it. Let me see here. You can't really tell, can you? That's been cleared. And that's been cleared. So the secret is use satin clear coat. If you use satin, it blends right in. It's about the same sheen as what you're left with after you clean it. But we will wax the crap out of it, but not those two areas yet. I'm just basically not going to mess with anything in that triangle area. We'll do everything else, and then we'll wait a day or so before we put any wax on it. But usually that stuff dries up pretty good. It's already dry, but you want to let it set up a little bit. So let's wax. Okay, folks, we've had people ask us before, why do you wax them? Because of that right there. Look at that crap. Woo! Lordy, lordy. Holy crap, look at that. Talk to me about clear coat again. Holy crap. What a finish on some of these Bally's. Now, you know, you've seen the ones we've had before that are just worn all to hell. How did they go from that? Like, that's just the waxed finish. How did they go from that kind of a paint coating to worn all the way away? That's just amazing. Look how damn good that looks. Holy crap. It's so smooth. I wish you were here so you could feel it. Here, I'll let you get close to it. All right, so this little blade is broken. Got to replace that. I've got parts machines I can steal one of them off of. We've got to wait for the pop bumpers to dry, but that area is isolated, so we can put all the plastics around it and just wax it later. So we're ready to put the stuff back together. The shooter lane is very nice, I think. Came out a lot nicer than... It's because it was nice already. And then the ball trail up there isn't that bad. Actually looks pretty good. Everything's cool. We're good. This is going to be a really nice machine. And remember, we already fixed the back glass. Kind of. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to let it dry overnight. And then tomorrow, I'll come back and put everything back on it. And we'll see how she ends up looking. All right, folks. So we're about to wax the pop bumpers there. I got the wax drying. Hopefully we'll get a nice shine out of that too. So that's next. And then we can start putting everything back. Okay, folks, so we got the pop bumpers back in. Got everything mounted on the Playfield. Ain't she sweet? Like John Lennon said. I don't think he wrote that, though. Ain't it great? Turned out really nice. So there you go. So we will do a video next time where we actually troubleshoot it, play through it, make sure everything's working right, and we'll go from there. I think the touch-up turned out pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's not horrible. We waxed it. You can see the little lights reflecting on it. All right. So we like how it turned out. I think it looks pretty good. What a cool looking game. One of their best themes. You can get decals for the spinners too, but they're just slightly worn. I thought that was good enough. You want it to have a little bit of wear, don't you? You don't want the whole thing to look new. I mean, the back glass has some wear. Right? So, next time, we will test play it a little bit and then work through the schematics and fix everything. So leave your comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching us paint. Make sure to give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to do it, to film it for you. And thank you to everybody that's been using our Amazon links. If you don't know about that, there is a link down below to Amazon. If you are going to be buying something on Amazon, use our link, please. And it gives us a tip. So we appreciate everybody that's been doing that. Also, make sure to check out my brother Donnie, who is literally my brother Donnie. He has a channel here on YouTube. There's a link down below. And if you like watching us work on these old pinball machines, you would probably enjoy watching us work on old buildings. We bought a couple buildings in a small town near here that we were trying to fix up to help revitalize their downtown area. Now, the one pop bumper, the reason it's off is because it alternates. So that one goes off, and that one goes off, and that one comes on, and it goes back and forth. Or I think that's how it's supposed to work. We'll find out in the next video. Check out our website. Go to lionsarcade.com. You can see all the prices, pictures, and descriptions of all of the games that we have available for sale right now. And you can also see our parts page on there, which has links to some of the stuff that we use in our repair videos. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think so far. And we will see you on the next video. Y'all have a good one.